Alpha Uniform Yankee rolling runway 24. Positive rate, gear up.
Hello and welcome to GearUp TV. We hope you enjoyed our opening landing. That came courtesy of Fabrice Danet, who is the air traffic controller of St. Bart's in the Caribbean, and there he is landing on his runway. We've also got David Rimmer, who's the CEO of Bliss. They're about to operate G550s and G450s between London and New York. We have Marius Belidis, GI Aviation. He's the general manager of GI Aviation, and they're just started to operate Pilatus PC-12s in the Middle East, which is really interesting because this is the first time a single engine turboprop taxi operation has been in that region. So we're going to keep watching that. And thank you, Marius, for joining us on your opening day. We also have Glen Smith of Sovereign Business Jets in Biggin Hill in London. He's telling us why they're about to put an Embraer Phenom 100 on their books. And last, but by no means least, I have a CAT scan live on air. Stay tuned.
You're watching GearUp TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to FSDP TV. My name's Ollie, and as an ex-Reds member I thought what might be a good thing to do is auction off my old red suit, which has done about 90 displays and about 15 to 20 flypasts. Has been washed, I'd like to say, but definitely thought it was worth signing it from the 2015 team, donating it to an incredibly worthy charity and making sure that it made as much money as it could so that it went to a worthy cause and get someone else through a scholarship. Thank you.
I learned to fly in an Icarus C-42 old time in Salisbury. I've had the most amazing time, an absolutely fantastic time. I'm also an employee with GearUp TV with the wonderful Liz Mosscrop. I've met so many wonderful people, had an excellent opportunity to do so many things I could never ever have dreamed of before.
We're here tonight to just raise money for the scholarship, and it's basically the best thing that ever happened to me. It just gave me some massive opportunities which I can possibly never repay them, and just has made me a better person.
A huge thank you to the Aviation Supper Club, which is run by Brendan Lodge, for supporting flying scholarships for the disabled today. We've raised a whole load of money, which has been fantastic, and we've raised enough money to support a scholar for next year. So thank you to everybody.
I enjoy being part of the industry. Organised is something that everybody enjoys going to, but there has to be a charitable aspect to it where we raise money for people that need the money raising. So we've built that into the Aviation Supper Club, and I'm proud to be involved with it.
Well, obviously I've been supporting flight scholarships for disabled people for a while, and I know Brendan, and it's a good laugh and it's a good evening out, and yeah, that's it really.
How do you feel about what happened tonight, the first scholarship from the Aviation Supper Club?
Well, it's brilliant. We raised the money, beat everybody up. It wasn't too hard, I have to say. No, it's fantastic. Really good news.
You're watching GearUp TV.
I'm David Rimmer. I'm CEO and founder of BlissJet. BlissJet is the first of its kind. It's a shared private jet service between New York and London. And we're going to be offering seats on G450s and G550s once a week to start, where passengers can enjoy the convenience and the service and the efficiency of private jet travel for the cost of a first-class ticket. Our flights leave LaGuardia every Sunday at 11 a.m. and they return from London at 8:15 at night. They depart London Stansted, and both flights will give you the opportunity to be at your home or in your hotel room by about midnight so that you can be refreshed for the next day. I've flown on EOS and Silverjet and MaxJet. I've flown British Airways London City Service, La Company, and Concorde. And where BlissJet differs from all the other products is that we're not a derivative of an airline. We are purely private jet people delivering a private jet service. And all those other airlines did, obviously with the exception of Concorde, is they put fewer people in a traditional airliner and they delivered airline service. And with it, a lot of the inconvenience of airline travel. BlissJet is nothing like that. We are what the airlines aspire to do and aspire to be, which is to deliver the service of a private jet, which you just can't do when you're moving as many people as the airlines do. We'll be operating G450s and G550s, and they'll seat up to 18 people. We will cap seat sales at 10 in order to make sure that there's sufficient room for people to have space to work and to rest, and to be either productive or to relax. We're not looking to fill every seat. We are looking to provide the comfort of private jets. Well, LaGuardia is the single most convenient New York area airport. It's far more convenient than Teterboro or any other option. And we know that most of our customers either work and live in Manhattan, which is only a 10 or 15 minute drive away. And even people who live or work in the suburbs, Nassau County, White Plains, New Jersey, LaGuardia is a much more convenient option than is available to them now, which is either to leave from JFK or Newark. It's a very short taxi time at LaGuardia Airport from the FBO, which is run by Sheltair. It is, I would argue, the second most secure airport in the United States. It offers a convenience and a service that nobody can rival. And for Stansted, we had 10 airports to choose from in the Greater London area. And for a variety of reasons, and combined with the times that we're operating, Stansted is going to offer an unparalleled customer experience. We're using in-flight jet center. We will have a dedicated lounge. At Stansted, it is slot controlled, but not as vigorously controlled as Luton and some of the other options. It's a very short taxi using dedicated taxiways from the runway to the private jet terminals. So we think that Stansted offers a unique environment in which to give our customers the private jet experience. In the next month or so, I'll be back to London twice. First at the Corporate Jet Investor Conference, I'll be speaking, and then again for the Buying Business Travel Show in February. So, and for the right reason, I can hop here and take one of the 30 existing flights that can get me to London now. In a few months, I'll be flying BlissJet whenever I need to be here.
You're watching GearUp TV.
My name is Belidis. I'm the general manager of GI Aviation. I would like to, obviously from distance, welcome you to our client launch event tonight. Liz, you should have been here, by the way. It's a shame we don't have you with us. Today we mark history for Skydive Dubai, and we've landed for the first time a commercial aircraft at Skydive Dubai. We've proven basically that there is an aircraft, private aircraft, can land in such short runway length. Although we had difficult weather conditions, thanks God we had no wind for the landing, and we've made it safely. As from tomorrow, as I said, GI Aviation is up and operational.
Marius, this has made history in several ways, because bringing an aircraft of this size and a turboprop into the Middle East is a very exciting piece of news, I think, for the market. Can you elaborate a little bit more on why you're doing this?
Indeed, Liz. It's the first type of aircraft to be commercially operating in the Middle East. And that's what makes it so different today. As you mentioned, it's not the fact that we're just landing Skydive Dubai. It's the fact that we're celebrating the first commercial operation of a PC-12 aircraft in the region. Now, we've been waiting for a moment for quite a while for this, about 14 months now, since we received our certificate to start commercial operations back in December last year. So this is, again, a new concept, and we educate people, as I said, in the region about the PC-12. The market response has been fantastic till date. We've already received numerous quotations, requests, and then we had our first commercial flight 10 days ago.
What would you say would be the kind of the gap now, the closing of the gap between people who would choose maybe a light jet, which there aren't too many of in the Middle East anyway, as to my understanding, and using business class on an aircraft? You know, are you filling that gap?
So at this stage, we can only mention that GI offers 30 to 40% less expensive charter rates than any other jet will be doing in the GCC region. That I think the message is clear, and that's where people look at. It's an emerging market. The economy is going up and down, and we believe we have the right product at the right place and at the right time.
You're watching GearUp TV.
Our market historically has been larger aircraft. We run 2 Hawker 800s and a Challenger 300. And so this puts us into a wider client base of charter customers with the lighter jet, closer destinations, probably more geared towards business travel, with a cost-effective way of moving business people around Europe. The Phenom 100 is about a 2-hour aeroplane at a maximum stretch. So we're looking at all the major business destinations in close Europe. Get down to the south of France with light loads, perhaps down to Parma. But mainly we're gearing this towards our hour and a half sectors. We acquired it just before Christmas, and we're expecting it now on the AOC early February, subject to approvals from the CAA. Strangely enough, what we're seeing in the larger aircraft market is a lot of our inquiries aren't touching London. Historically, for this month so far, only about 15% of our inquiries are for January and touching London. And so what we're looking at now is a wider base of clients that are looking at a lower cost solution. And this is where we're hoping this aircraft should actually strike a good place in the marketplace, and also give us that opportunity to put service onto a light jet, the type of service that we offer already on our larger fleet. But we've grown quite quickly over the last few months. We came with 1 aircraft, we're now up at 4, with another one joining us early in the new year. So it's going to be a 12 months where we start to develop our market and our service in this bracket with the Phenom, and hopefully add another one by the year end, so we can have 2 of the same aircraft types, giving us a bit more strength and breadth. And then adding probably a couple of other aircraft to the fleet. We've got some Part NCC customers coming in that are looking for the AOC structure and the AOC oversight and management systems and safety management that we can offer, and that's probably one of the areas where we will look to grow. But again, it's a matter of getting our quality right. We won't grow too quickly. We want to be fairly selective about what we take on, because if you end up with a very diverse fleet, you lose the control and the structure.
You're watching GearUp TV.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate your time on a Friday afternoon. We hope you're liking the landings. Send them over. We love to see those, and we'll put the best ones on and even give a prize for the ones we really like. And next week we will be reporting from Corporate Jet Investor in London, and we do hope to bring you some exciting news from our friends at RAS Interiors at London Biggin Hill. So if you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and come and find us on www.GearUp.tv. And here is the promised CAT scan with a very underlighted cat. What do you expect? I'm working from home with limited resources. Tune in next week and we'll see you then.